Wait for you guys to come on here. I'll just sit here and chit chat. I'm just sitting here waiting for a dock. They said it'd be like 11:45, and trying to get clarification with these guys. Okay, he said 11:45. 11:25, that's when you will break your seal, open your doors, and run back up. Okay? That's what he said with his Hispanic accent. I said, okay, so you guys gonna call me or whatever? Yes, when you are done, we will call you. No. At 11:45, are you guys gonna let me know to break my seal and open my doors back up? Yes, when you are done, we will call you and you'll be done and you will come get your paperwork. No. At 11:45, do I just go ahead and do it on my own or what? So the guy just kept telling me what I need to do when they were done unloading me, not what. So I'm just like trying to get a clarification on whether or not at 11:45 if I just crack this seal and back up to the dock on my own or not. You try to get clarification and you keep getting the same answer that is not the answer you're looking for, and they keep telling you what you got to do when you're done getting unloaded, not whether or not I've got to wait for the okay from the people in there before I break this seal and open my doors and back up. So I don't know if they want me to slide my tandems or not. The guy next to me looks like he's got his tandem slid back, so I will probably do that here in a minute or so, or I might do that while I'm on here with you guys here in a second. That's just me and this other guy. The other guy that was beside him left. The guy that was over here to the right left. But yeah, but sometimes it'll be like that at these places. You try to ask, okay, they tell you, okay, go get lined up for the 4C, and the guy was talking so fast, everything was running together, and you're just like, okay, what do you get 4C? You get lined up for 4C, going to at 11:45. You're gonna open your door, click your seal, open your doors, and you're gonna back up, and then when you're done, they're gonna call you. Okay, at 11:45. Do I need to wait for you guys to tell me to do that, or do I just go ahead right at 11:45, crack my seal, open my doors, and back up? Yes, when you are done, we will call you. That's not what I asked. And after a couple minutes of that, I just whatever. So at 11:45, it's gonna be like whatever. And if I don't do what they wanted me to do because they didn't give me a good clarification, it won't be my fault. So whatever, I'll just 11:45, I'll wait for like a minute after and just see what happens, unless someone shows up before that. Yeah, you can open your door and back up now, and back up, whatever. So I'm at LaGROU, however you pronounce it. I've got several pallets of iced coffee that look like they might be it might be. All I see is these medium-sized boxes, palletized in like these gray or white boxes that aren't terribly big. It looks like it could be those tea in a bag that like gets hooked up for like various gas stations and restaurants and stuff, the big industrial sized bags. I don't think it's individual stuff. At least that's what the pallets that I can see on the very end look like. So I don't know. I do not know. But I was able to sleep right outside the on the street here, kind of right on the inner curve. Over here past these trailers, you kind of see that LaGROU right over that. I was parked beside the building on the street, on the street outside, and there is an L curve out there, if you guys are following me. But the street comes and then comes up past here, and you see there's still a truck parked right there. You see the trailer right there, right beyond other side of that wall and those two trees. That guy's been there. He was there last night, I think. So, but I came in and parked and then walked over here to the shipping office, and so I was able to sleep out there. I slept, did the rest of my break. I woke up. Now I'm just I almost have my 10 in. You see that? 9 hours and 44 minutes until my 10 in the sleeper berth. And so by the time I'm done here, I'll be able to drive. I'm going over to Melrose Park to pick up a load at a place called, what is the place called? Greenwood. And then that's going to Mom's Meals in Ankeny for the 7th. It's today the 6th. What is today? Yeah, today's the 6th. I'll be there tonight though, but it's due at 9 in the morning. I'll be in Ankeny tonight. I mean, after I get loaded, other than stopping to get something to eat and get fuel, which I might be able to hold off on fuel until I get back to Ankeny and then top everything off. I'm good on DEF. I'm a little over half on diesel, and the reefer's got just under half. That's the only one I'm a little worried about. So now that we're getting into higher temperatures, that reefer's gonna run harder and go through fuel faster. So I might have to stop somewhere to throw some fuel in that. But other than that, I think I'm just gonna try to make it back to the yard and top everything off. And then I don't know if I'm delivering this or not. And then I've got to be home on early Friday morning, preferably Thursday night. So I don't know what they're gonna have me do. Probably go out to Troutwood and back or something. I do not know what they're gonna have me do. They haven't told me yet, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. So now it's 11:16, so I got approximately 29 minutes, and then I don't know. I should slide my tandem while I'm waiting here. Yeah. Yeah. You guys want to check your tires and stuff? Well, I can take this lock off now. Kind of hard to do one-handed. Yeah. Alright, I'm just looking to see how the tires are on this trailer. Merely checking the tread and making sure I don't have any nails in the tire. What's that? Just a rock, I think. I don't think it's a nail or anything. So here's what it is. No idea. So 88 degrees out according to the truck. Yes, I'm using you guys as a mirror. So I'm wearing my Bonehead Truckers t-shirt right now that on the back of it says swing wide. It's a friggin' trailer. It's the one with the triangle, but it is covered up by my safety vest. I would like Ike Stevens to make some safety vests that have things on them and hats, and be cool if he got into magnets and coffee tumblers and stuff like that too. But more importantly, the things that you can display out more. How does moving the tandems work? Well, you got to have your air pressure up. You got a primary and secondary air pressure, which if you saw me pull those pins, that's how you do it. Sometimes it's something you pull out, sometimes it's something you push in on these air actuated ones. If you got an old trailer, it'll be a metal arm that you gotta pull up out of a slot and pull out that releases the pins. But if you see here, this 120 and 120, that's my air pressure, and it's supposed to be over 100. And the more over 100 you get it, the more that those pins are not going to fight you to pop in all the way. Sometimes you're constantly trying to get those pins to pop. And then I only want to release my truck brakes, which is the yellow valve. The red is emergency brakes, and it's the trailer brakes. You leave those popped out so your brakes are set, and then put it in drive, and tug on it a little bit, and then you got it back. You got to wiggle a little bit to make sure all the pins came loose, and then you pull forward as far as it'll let you. Try not to be real rough. Let me go see, because I don't think all the pins are out or popped in. That's resisting me a lot more. Let's go check, see what the dealio is. Pins might not have all gotten. I feel like I'm dragging the trailer on. Nope, they slid. They're all the way to the back. So what we do is, see, and it's just about lined up. All I gotta do is push on it just a little bit, and that'll pop in. Each hole, it varies upon how much weight you actually have on your trailer. but each hole represents about 300 to 500 pounds, usually about 350 to 400 on an average. It depends, because it depends on how much weight you actually have in the trailer and how that weight is distributed across the length of the trailer as to how the weight will be affected when you slide your tandems. If all your weight's up towards the front, if you can think about, you know, having a teeter-totter and trying to balance it on different points, and how the weight, think of having a bridge and putting heavy weight on one side, the middle, or the back, or having various weights across the length of that and adjusting that so that the weight is evenly distributed across. Depending on how that weight is distributed, then when you go to slide your balance points, your tires, your tandems, either up front on the nose or on the back, it can change. So depending on where that weight is located and how it's distributed, when you slide the tandems, depends on how much weight each hole will actually represent. On average, about 350 to 400, sometimes as much as 500 if you got a really heavy load, sometimes less. It just kind of depends, but on average it'll be about 400, depending on, I mean, every truck can be different. So what did we say? I gotta move forward or back? There we go. I forgot if I had to go forward or back. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna remove them when it's time. Anyway, alright. It feels like they're all in. I'm not too worried about it just sitting here at the dock. I'm just gonna back up a little bit and I get out and slide open the doors and pop the seal, open my doors and back up. Yeah. Eventually I'm gonna do another video on sliding tandems, because I do not like the current sliding tandems video I have, but I do have a video on sliding tandems. And every state has different laws on where they want your tandems to be set at, depending on your loads. And the steers, you're not supposed to be over 12, but anymore you can pretty much get away with being up to 1300. Most places don't care, but you can't be over 80,000 gross unless you have special permits or whatever. You might be able to under certain conditions, but you've got the drives. The next set is the drives, the tires that are right underneath the nose of the trailer. Those and the trailers each can't be over 3,400. So that's 6,800 pounds just on the drives and trailers. And then you add the 1,200 from the steers, that equals 80,000 pounds. That's as much as you can be gross. But then you can't be over, you're not supposed to be over 12 on the steers. A lot of times you are, especially with these deer guards on the grill. You see all these deer guards that trucks have. Those things that are on the front, that if a deer runs out in front of you, it's supposed to grab it. I mean, that guy's got a bigger one. That guy's got a big one over there. I've got one on this truck that's pretty big. but you those are there to protect the truck so that the damage gets, hopefully all gets taken by that deer guard, and not, because it's a lot easier to replace the deer guard. It's a lot less expensive to replace the deer guard than to replace all that crap on the truck. And once you start busting up stuff on the truck, it will never look the same. Even if they do ever replace those fiberglass parts, the rubber and fiberglass stuff that makes up the cosmetic part of the truck, it'll never look the same. But getting back onto it, can be up to 3,400 on the drives and up to 3,400 on the trailers. And like California expects you to be at the 40 mark, meaning there's 40 feet between your kingpin and the trailer tandems. And I can't remember if that's supposed to be to the front axle and rear axle, or the kingpin to the middle of those two tandems. I can't remember which it is. So I don't go to California for this company, but there is a mark for Florida, which is a couple feet difference from California, and they do look when you go to Florida. Found that out. You go get pulled into the scale in Florida, and they will look. And I had a guy come out and go and was questioning whether I had it in the right spot, and then he looked at it. Oh yeah, you're in the right spot. And so the 40 marks like a little bit different. It's like at the 42 or something. I can't remember because I haven't been there in a while. Some trailers are marked and have all that marked. Some of your companies will have those marked, but you can always look that up online if you want to know if you need to have your tandem set. There are different bridge laws in other states as well. It kind of depends on where you're at as to whether they actually will enforce some of that stuff, because there's a lot of rules and some of them don't get enforced all the time. So 15 more minutes, it's 11:30. And it all has to do with weight distribution and trying not to tear up the roads and your equipment. And there's several different reasons for the bridge law. A lot of it has to do with weight distribution and how much you're going to tear up the roads because of how heavy you are. If you don't have too much weight. This ding-a-ling is setting up all kinds of weird. Might work out for him. Looks like he has just enough pull-up space. Turn your wheels. No, he didn't turn his wheels before he started, so he's going to be coming at me. The guy would have turned his wheels before he started rolling. He would have gotten a better result, quicker result. Looks like it's working out for him now. Looks like he's too far over my way. So, he's a little close. The docks are not that close. These docks are far apart. So, we're going to have to do a pull-up. That way, yeah, that'll bring him over so he can back. There he goes. So 11:45, I was told to break my seal, open the doors, and back up to the dock. So I guess that's what I'll do. Yeah. Driving can be stressful for some people. There's some people that don't even like to drive cars, and those are the people that you see out on the highway driving really friggin' slow out on interstates, and they be driving. You are all over the damn place. You should not be this close to me. He is at a severe angle. At least that appears though he is. He looks like he's way too close. Like he's lined up for the dock, but he's like at a severe angle. I'm looking at the lines on the ground. He might be okay. He just looks too damn close. Oh well. Milano, Chicago, Illinois. He looks like he's a straight up American guy, full-blooded American, but he could possibly be somebody that is an Hispanic or Ukrainian or something, because that looks like a yeah, but wonder if this is one of those Ukrainian guys or Russian guys that drives up here in the Chicago area. Milano, leased to Milano Inc., Chicago, Illinois. And these guys that drive for, does he even have an ELD? I don't see a tablet or a thing, but it might be down below where I can see. But anyway. Another 10 minutes and I'm gonna break my seal, open my doors and back up. Basically what he told me to do. So beef jerky. What an idiot. He had all this room to go flip around and get lined up to the dock the right way, but he wants to back up. Is he backing up to a dock or is he just trying to turn around? If he's backing up to a dock, he's going about it the wrong way. He should have flipped around and got to it so he was backing towards his driver's side. He must do blindside backing a lot because he's doing a pretty good job at it. Yeah. He could have got in there with less pull-ups had he had done it the right way. Well, it's 11:37. A few more minutes. I'll get out, break the seal, and open the doors. I get these boxes of the short Slim Jims. And they started having mild, but in this blue, but they have the original with the red. That's usually the ones I get. This is all I have left. Comes with 120. And these mild are okay. I like these mild ones. I like them both. These mild ones have a little bit different flavor. You get the dill pickle Slim Jims. Never had the dill pickle ones. Probably good though. I like dill. I like dill pickles and salt and vinegar chips too. I don't know. Should I wait when it gets to 11:45? Should I wait? See if they try calling me or come out? They told me to wait till 11:45, but these dinglings went ahead and backed up with the doors open and backed up to the dock. So I don't know. Little piece of bone. Every so often you'll get one of those. Well, I'll do what they told me and I'll wait till 11:45 and maybe I'll wait till 11:46 and see if they call me or anything or send me a message. About 4 or 5 more minutes. And then I'll get out and break the seal and open the doors and back up to the dock. And they don't have any red or green lights here. They said they would call me when the load was, when I was empty. But their instructions for backing up to the dock and when to do it and everything. The deal with some of these Hispanic guys, they don't tell you very well. Not a whole lot going on here. Never really is. I got my tin in. And so I gotta get off here, go over to This wants me to get back onto I-55 south and go take this road that will take me up to 290. Take 290 over to 294 and take it up by Elmhurst, north of Elmhurst. So there I'm at now. Once we get on 55, take, what is the road? 50, but is it also called something else? What is this one? Getting off there, going down here, up, down there. What the hell am I doing? Okay. Must be the way you gotta go. And then I'm apparently getting on this service road to get to this place. Alright, it's 11:45. Alright. Well, it looks like there are containers of some sort of tea, little bottles in these big boxes. So, all right, then I'll back up to the dock and call her good. A lot of guys like to slam into the dock. I like to ease up to it if possible. Sometimes these automatic trucks like to lunge when you don't want them to, no matter how much you try to ease on the throttle. We are up against the dock. Pop there. Alright. And there we have it. We're at the dock. We'll get unloaded. So it's getting awfully cold in here. Got this turned up, air turned up. Turn it down a little bit. I'm gonna go grab me some lunch and I'll catch you guys later. Thought I'd catch you guys up on what I've been up to. And I made another pre-trip video. I just gotta edit it. And decide whether I like it or not. So I'll catch you guys later. I'm gonna go back here and warm something up, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Picking up a load over in Melrose Park and heading back to Ankeny, Iowa. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Catch you guys later.